get some hype. We have such an amazing treat for this video. Yes, I'm all the way over here. Now I'm right here. Now I'm up here. I kind of like it here, to be honest. But to keep things real, I'm just going to be right here. We really do have a very, very special treat with this video. The winner for the 8th pick out of 8 total participants for the official Pokemon 2019 World Championships Pokemon Go PvP Invitational is a Utah local. This is insanely hype. This video is simply going to be an upload of that interview. We did have the chance to interview Carrymeh. That is their in-game name. First name is Mike. I did not specifically ask to reveal any personal details, so out of respect and for the privacy of Mike or Carrymeh, that is all we're going to get into. So I do hope you enjoy the interview. We did go on Twitter and we answered all the questions that you responded with. Tried to keep things as simple, as mellow, and as naturally conversation as possible, but at the same time, this is such insane hype. But this video is about the Pokemon Go PvP community and the winner of the invitation themselves. So let's get into the interview. All right, so I did just start the recording now. I really don't know how to start off an interview like this because of the massive impact something like this has, not just on the PvP community, but for a Utah local to have won this invitation is massive. It really hits home. So this isn't going to be any kind of classic super duper hype like insane video. Just so you guys know, keep that in mind. Always, if you do enjoy, subscribe, do your thing. But here, as you can see, we have the winner of what's it called? The Pokemon. It's a lot to say. That 2019 Pokemon
2019 Pokemon Go Invitational.
Yes,
that's the Pokemon World Championships, right? It's really unreal. I can't believe I'm here talking to you and just picked to represent Pokemon. Like it's been an awesome, amazing game. PvP, has made it a lot more enjoyable to me. A lot more engaging with friends and stuff. So
it's pretty mind blowing, I must imagine. Did you ever expect? I mean, when I initially heard when you messaged in our local group on our Slack group, right, that you had won, I felt like I was in Willy Wonka. It felt like the golden ticket.
Yeah, it really does feel that way. I mean, it's not like they picked a table. They have 7 awesome people selected, and then I won the last spot. So it really is just like a one-of-a-kind ticket.
It's amazing.
I just got to go try and make the community proud and try and be good on camera. It's going to be a lot of stress. I'm not used to playing under that much stress. So
speaking of which,
I need to practice.
That gets into some questions, right? So, I mean, we briefly talked about this just a little bit before we started, but I did tweet out, announcing that you won. I haven't revealed any names or anything like that. Haven't tagged you, but I did ask everybody, if they had any questions for you at all, since you are the winner. There's only going to be one winner, right? You're the only other one who's going. So I asked them what questions they might have for you. Are you okay answering those questions?
Yeah, I'd love to answer some questions. I mean, I'd probably have the same, and just I'm gonna feel like you guys would feel, anybody watching this. But yeah, let's do it, because I mean, I'd want to hear what somebody had to say. It's just yeah. So
they want to know.
Yeah,
the really battlers want to know.
It's wild. Like it was like you have 24 hours to reserve a spot. Like, can you commit on getting to DC? All this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty overwhelming. It still is. It's still just surreal. Everything kind of hasn't hit me. Like,
hasn't been there 100%.
Community here, and they're gonna, help me get ready and get there. I'm really happy, to have the Pokemon community out here behind me, and really hoping to just do okay. You know, I don't want to set my expectations too high. I think I can compete with these guys, but it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be next level competition, right? I'm
Tough,
gonna have
tough
to bring
competition.
my A game.
King, Poke, Masuda himself.
I know, dude. This is like, and it's double elimination, so you're going to get to play these guys. I'm going to get to play some of these guys. Then best of 5, like it's going to be a test. You know, go Utah, go Salt Lake. I love.
Yes.
Like I said, I can't stress the community out here. You know, even the valley south where you guys are, Provo, Orem, up north. Everybody out here is great. I love this community. Like I said, I just feel so lucky to be here. Yeah.
Well, I admire you very much for being so humble about the whole thing. If I was in your shoes, I probably would not be so humble about it.
Be a little more. I don't know. I'm just trying to you know, get myself ready and be, you know, competition. I want to beat these guys, but yeah, I'm going to stop short of saying I'm going to come whoop all, because this is a real competition, right? Like
It is.
Nobody's going to sweep the table here. I don't think there's not going to be any of that. And I mean, I'm just really excited to be going out there, and I'm going to be on my game. I'll promise that much.
Oh, I sure hope so. More importantly, I mean, just the experience. If anything, that's what I envy the most, is the amazing experience, because this is literally the first time Pokemon Go PvP and the official Pokemon scene will collide. It'll be
I
it'll
mean,
be
they're
live.
acknowledging it and sponsoring people and making it a real event. It's just, it's an amazing step towards, you know, legitimizing Pokemon PvP, Pokemon Go PvP as, you know, an esport. I think there's already a following. It's something people like to do. I think more people get into it.
It is a massive step forward. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get into the questions. They're not going to be in any specific order. They, you know, people did respond at different times. I'm not going to try and keep track of that and make this a, you know, 2-hour long thing for
and
you.
I'll probably say some of the things or touch on different things.
No worries. The more we get, the better.
Let's go. Let's hear what people wanted to know from me, and yeah, I'll do my best.
So the first question for you is from Mad Scandalous. Apparently, that's her name, Mad Scandalous, on Twitter. Mad Scandalous asks you, previous changes in game mechanics got reverted mainly by public outcry by the PvP masses. What changes would you suggest be made next? And what would your... Okay, so I guess that's the most important part, is what changes would you suggest to be next?
Like to see, or would really benefit it? I mean,
yes.
I personally don't like the Fruit Ninja thing. That it is what it is. I don't.
The circles.
I think you know. I think the real test of Pokemon PvP is doing the count. You know, knowing the counters, doing the right things. Not whether I can swipe the. I mean, it's fun. It's different. It's new. They're trying something else out. I think that even the old. I didn't even like the old mechanic of just rapid tapping. You know, it just kind of takes away from the battle itself. You should just execute your charge move, and they should be able to shield it or not. You know, I would like to see that change. You know, there's a lot of things that could get better, but that's probably to me, one of the things that I would want changed is charges. You know, charge move priority. That could be worked on, but it is what it is.
Don't even get me started on charge move priority.
Yeah. So I mean, there's things they could work on. I'm pretty happy that they were listening to the screams, you know, when they did change things for the worse. That, like, pausing with the battle swaps. I'm glad they rolled that back. They do seem to be acknowledging the player base and the individual niches or whatever in between, like
Yes.
people that just raid, people that do PvP. People want to take things serious and they want to, they want to be recognized. And I don't know. So like leaderboards would be great. There would be a ton of stuff. Like we have the Silph Road, and they've, grassroots, all of that stuff. But official Pokemon Go PvP, like world rankings, regional
Yes.
rankings,
Like built-in part
like
of the game
sponsor
itself.
anything, sponsor local cups, pins, buttons, anything. People, or yeah, make them cost a. I hate to say that, make them cost a raid pass or a something pass, but give out prizes, like real prizes, or I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do to make it better, and there's a lot of things they could do for the competitive side to make that more legit. And I'm just happy when I don't lag out and don't have to like claim shenanigans and go show my recording. So just more solid gameplay, consistent. But I think I beat that one to death. What else? What else you got?
Well, I guess the less important, then we'll move on. But the last part of their question was, what would be your catchy hashtag if you had one, I guess?
Geez, yeah. I'll have to like poll the Slack or something, come up with my local players. So,
We'll circle back. Circle back later.
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll post on Twitter. I'll answer it on Twitter.
Probably after DC. He'll have a hashtag after DC.
There we go.
Okay, so more questions here. This is where people, I think, started to kind of ask the more important questions, and also the fun questions, I guess, the human questions about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So first, I'm just going to go from top down just to keep it simple. But first was from Best in West, and Best asks, how long have you been playing Pokemon Go?
Yeah, I was a couple days after launch. I was in 7/7. I think my start date's 7/11. It's a good day to start. I kept looking for the app to come out, and then got busy for a few days, and then I was like, "Oh, it's already there. I'm behind." But yeah, I've pretty much since launch, over 3 years, I've enjoyed the game. I have friends, from out here for that long, and then you meet new people, and that's one of the other great things about it too. So
Yes, the connections you make, new friends.
like running into like 20 plus people that I knew at GoFest was just amazing. Like the community, it really is a global community, but the local ones are great too. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I may already kind of know the answer to the next part of the Best's question, but he also asks, how long have you been involved with Pokemon?
This one, it might surprise some people. I started playing Pokemon with Pokemon Go. I guess, if you can't tell, I'm probably a little older than most Pokemon players. But yeah, I'm not an old man or anything. But yeah, I didn't start off with the Game Boy games or the main series games. I feel bad saying that, but yeah, Pokemon Go got me into this game, and I've been happy and kind of trying to fill in those gaps that I missed by playing some of the older games. But yeah, I can't say I was like raised on it. I do
That's
apologize.
not. I don't think that's bad by any means. I mean, so you won the invitation, but
I think a lot of people.
The first reason you even went for it in the first place, the first reason you even applied, is because of Pokemon Go, and the invitation is for Pokemon Go.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be cool to just be at Worlds too. I'm going to get to see and spectate a lot of really cool stuff there. But yeah, Pokemon Go is really what got me into Pokemon, and I love it. You know, it left me with some catching up to do with learning all my types and stuff. But
Learn
it's
your typings, right?
yeah, it's still a work in progress. But no, yeah, it's it is what it is. I've fell in love with the game. I've played it pretty much daily since then. Small breaks, but yeah.
It's nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that someone who is just doing Pokemon Go wins the Pokemon Go invitation. When, I mean, I can
I
think of
know there's all
so
these
many
people that
people just off the top of my head who've, been lifelong Pokemon fans, but at the same time, they're not so much into Pokemon Go, yet they still wanted to
right.
go for the invitation. And that's, I
Yeah, they
mean,
would know
I think there's some beauty in just a Pokemon Go
pure
player.
Pokemon Go player
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I
Well,
kind of like it, actually.
yeah, it's definitely that's what they got. They they drew my name. I filled out the application, tried to answer honestly that PvP was one of the things I've been looking forward to since the game came out.
Hmm.
Um, they I hope I think they'll be happy with who they picked.
I hope so too. I very much hope so. The next question from Best we kind of already talked about earlier. So we'll move on down to Catch the Rye. Catch the Rye asks you, what are you going to do on the grand stage to show we are about more than just tapping and swiping?
Well, I mean, there is a lot of tapping and swiping, but it's going to be the decisions that go into those taps and there's going to be really awesome people there. I'm excited to meet a lot of these players. I don't know if on the stage I'm going to get to do a lot of talking to them, but I think that there's going to be I'm struggling with this question. I guess you stumped me. So what
I
can
mean, I think to be honest, this is the interview for you, but I guess my
yeah.
kind of answer to that question would be being there in the first place. That shows us that Pokemon Go PvP is more than just tapping and swiping, right?
Right. I mean, it's real player versus player, and yeah, there's personal interaction. You have to build friendships, and then just the people are going to be there are amazing. I'm going to be able to compete with literally the best in the world, and just try and do us proud.
The best of the best. Super exciting. Okay, Shagness, very active in the PvP community, also on Twitter, a lot, I guess. Shagness is all over Twitter with PvP.
Okay.
But Shagness asks you, do you feel an obligation to perform well because you are the one representing the community as a whole? If so, how do you plan to mentally prepare yourself?
I mean, well, I feel some pressure for sure. I want to do it for me and for the community, locally and just the Pokemon PvP community. Just going to be a lot of practice. I've had, my local Slacks and Discords, some of
There's
the
got to
best
be
players
so
in our
much
community.
pressure. Honestly, you seem like you're going to be better, I guess, at coping or having grace under pressure than I would be. I would be sweating all
I'm going
over
to
my
be a
phone
wreck,
on
I
stage.
think, at the start of it, but I'm just going to try. I will say one thing that I've done for a while is poker's been a hobby. I think that helps you manage, your emotions and keep a straight face sometimes. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a mental game and a mental exercise. There's going to be a lot of practice, a lot of prep into getting ready, and then just they tell you this is going to be some pressure. You're going to be on streams and pictures, and you're going to have to do some PR, some interviews and stuff like this. I think it's again just great for the community and great for people. Everybody. I mean, that's what you get from it. Look, I'm just a random guy. I'm not at the top of the leaderboards of our community, but I'm definitely up there and a solid player. So, I mean, they didn't select 8, they selected 7 and a random guy. And so I'm just,
The wild card.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of pressure, but you know, the wild card sometimes it is the one that's not thinking the meta. So there's going to be advantages and disadvantages, but I really just gotta to get some practice in, get some prep in, really do my sims and my PV poke and just make sure I'm
As
can
prepared as
cover
you
as
can
many
be.
of those top tier mon and have a team that's not going to leave me weak to too much. It's I think half of it's going to be team comp.
Team composition.
Yeah, they're already saying pick your 6. You have to lock them in, I believe, by the 13th. I can't TM, I can't power up, I can't change my guys after that. So you pretty much locked in. I mean, no last minute changes, no spying. So yeah, that's the thing. I really need to do my groundwork now and get ready. And the pressure is going to be tough, but I think this is going to be. So I was at the North American. Was it the championships in Chicago? Like I was a
Chicago, yeah.
spectator there, and you can tell that they learned some things, and keeping the competitors separated from the crowds and not letting them hear. So, and it's just gotten better and better. But on that first one, it would have been super stressful. I mean, they finished outside of the
Oh yeah.
club, and people are just packed in around them. I mean, I think, yeah, this is going to be stressful being on a stage, but at least I'm going to be able to, just get in my own zone, in my head, in my mind. And I think that'll be easier to do rather than, like some of those past ones where you were just surrounded or there's so many distractions. So it's going to be good and bad, I guess. But I'm excited again, just to have a shot to go out there and do it.
It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. I will tune in. I will definitely tune in.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping. I know people from my local groups will be watching. Yeah, it was quite a commitment and stuff just to make plans to get out there and make it to DC, in 10 days or whatever. But
It's pretty short notice.
yeah,
I mean, being an adult and having so many responsibilities, then
right, I'm thankful to my
you
job.
you won the
they were just like,
Pokemon
sure,
Go
you can have
lottery
those
ticket.
days off.
Yeah, have 10 days notice. Nuts.
Yeah, and yeah, finding a flight and accommodations, everything's fallen into place. So yeah, let's go.
Let's do it, right? Okay, moving on. We have a few more.
Yep.
That was it from Shagness, I guess. Now we're going to License to Draw. License to Draw asks you, what do you feel about legacy Pokemon moves in PvP, and what legacy Pokemon have helped you the most? Do they give an unfair advantage to older players, or is it an earned advantage?
Well, I mean, it does change the playing field a little bit. But yeah, if you just have to put in the investments. I mean, even if you don't have them all, you can trade for them. I think a lot of communities have a trading platform, and you can find legacy. You're going to have to pay for them. I think they do
in one way or another. Yeah,
they do give you a leg up. Like I love my Poison Fang moth.
Did you have to pay for it with a Shadow Ball Mewtwo?
No, I have. I got some that I had. So like I have the double legacy Magneton. That's one of my favorite classic ones. I think for the most part, it's not going to cripple you to not have these legacy mon, but if you don't have them, you definitely need to prepare for them. Like
I agree.
Skarmory.
I mean,
you don't have to run Skarmory, but you damn well better be ready for it. Like
yes, exactly.
So I
It's
don't
the
know.
same
That's
thing. I mean, I feel like sometimes legacy Pokemon can be called the exclusive meta because not everybody can have it, but some of them can have their own legitimate, even meta defining spot in different metas, even in the open meta itself.
yeah. I guess just thinking back, like Confusion Executor would be an awesome one. There's a lot of really good ones, and they've for the most part there's some kind of replacement, but they do give you a leg up. They could maybe have a legacy class, like other games have. But they're in the game. I think you got to let people use them. If you're going to just restrict it to Mon,
Mm-hmm.
you could restrict the cup. Say, okay, no, whatever. No confusion, no poison or fang,
No Executor, no Venomoth,
right? Or
no Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Dragonites. Get them out of here.
Yeah. So I mean, if they really wanted to restrict it, they could. If they want more parity, I guess that would be a step towards that, restricting it. Or I mean, to me, it's just you kind of got to put in the work. Like I didn't want to dump all this rare candy and Stardust into Bastiodon, but I love my Bastiodon now. It's like you just have to make sacrifices to have some of those.
It's an investment, yeah.
And I mean, even like Tropius doesn't come here, so
we don't get Tropius.
You got to get one of those. There's replacements, right? But there's some Mon I think that you just have to go out on a limb for, and if you don't have them, yeah, that's maybe unfortunate. But for the most part, you can find the decent legacies.
So you would say then, I guess, in answer to his question, you would say it would be an earned advantage.
Yeah, you're either going to have to, have kept those, right? I guess those people are lucky, or yeah, they did have that foresight or whatever. Otherwise, you got to pay for the privilege. So
yeah, I think it can kind of go both ways. I know there are some communities where hardly anybody at all plays Pokemon Go, yet there might be a couple people in that area who participate in remote tournaments with the Go Stadium, or they're all over Discord with the Battle Park. And for them, it's not, I don't think it would necessarily be an earned advantage. That might be an unfair advantage for them. But at the same time, I do strongly believe for the most part, I would agree. I think it'd be an earned advantage.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's it is what it is. It's not maybe not a level playing field, but I think you can overcome the
It's
obstacle.
workable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There are ways around it. So yeah, I don't think it necessarily makes anybody who has the legacy Pokemon, I don't think it makes them unbeatable.
Right. Yeah, there hasn't been like a Metacham, like something that's that defining, that's legacy. I think in that situation they probably would restrict, or I don't know. It's hard to say, but the advantages of them are not like overwhelming or unsurmountable, So
True, I agree. All right, next question. That was a good question, though. That was a really good question. Stix10 also has a channel. I'm sorry, Best. I don't know if you are aware of Best or not, Mike, but Best also does have a channel, Best and West. For anybody watching, feel free to go check these guys out, Best and West, as well as Stix10. But Stix asks you, Mike, he literally wants to know what your favorite Pokemon is.
It's Alolan Executor, the tall boy. I don't know what it is. He's my favorite. He has been. I guess that's not everybody's answer, but I just love him. He's just a goofy look at, hey, dragon, a grass dragon, like that's pretty cool.
A dragon coconut tree.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like my favorite in the game or so, like for like DPS, or I love Gengar. There's a lot of Pokemon I like, but as far as just like my favorite Pokemon, he's the coolest one, I think. So.
Alolan Executor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect that. So does this mean we can see a Alolan Executor in your team of 6?
He's got a couple weaknesses.
Dragon, Ice,
Yeah,
Fairy.
namely like a lot of things. Yeah, he should counter. He's maybe not the best PvP Pokemon. Let's put it that way. But
Yeah,
he's
probably not.
super lovable, and yeah, my favorite for sure.
Next question from Stix10. I mean, they ask what your favorite Pokemon game is, but I think that's kind of obvious at this point.
Yeah, sorry, we had to. It's Pokemon Go. There's not many other loves there. Just that one so far.
Easiest question so far.
Yeah,
And
that was easy.
that was easy. The next question is kind of irrelevant because you don't really play main series games. You're not really into them, so we'll skip that one. But have you, Mike, have you been doing just the Silph Arena Cups, or have you also done other competitive PvP scenes? I guess for things like the Battle Park or Go Stadium.
It's mostly Silph Arena. I'm doing just our personal group that's just started up, but it's just getting launched. So yeah, I'm not in Go Stadium at the moment. Too many commitments right now. But yeah, that one seems like a really good proving grounds and a really good place to, like you were saying, for remote or rural players, there's those options, and there's no excuse to not get better with the great content that people put on YouTube. And
maybe someday our battle paths will intertwine, because I'm also in the Slack group for Utah competitive Pogo.
Yeah, we got to build that friendship. There's some, like I said, there's some really strong players out here. And, practicing with these guys is definitely, give me some good prep for this. And shout out to King IV. I subscribe and actually get to practice with him on his channel. He's
shout out to King,
an amazing teacher. I mean, I did so in my first couple cups, and then I really decided, okay, this is fun. This is what I've been looking forward to. I want to be better. I want to get and compete with the best and beat the best in our community. And hopefully, I'm doing that, and I'm going to compete with these guys worldwide. But this is, it's just been something I've really enjoyed diving into, and spending a lot of time. I mean, I think, like I said, the community out here is great to practice with, and will not hesitate to throw in licks and give you a run for your money every game. Definitely no free wins here, and I don't expect that, going to DC. So
it is literally the scene to be on.
Yeah, it's just unreal. Still, this whole experience just kind of unfolding in the a couple days, and wow, it's just I just still am just wrapping my head around everything, and again, feeling some of that pressure, but really just wanting to represent all everybody that didn't get this opportunity, right? And really, I really just, I'm excited that what this could do for PvP and just for the community, and maybe selfishly for myself, this could end up being something really big. If I can go out there and be competitive or beat these guys, this would be a really launching point for a a PvP Pokemon Go channel and more.
Career.
Yeah,
a PvP career.
Dream,
right? maybe that'll be your hashtag PvP career.
PvP career, PvP for hire or something. I don't know.
PV professional. That's good. That one's okay.
I like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to poll some people for this. If I thought about it, I wouldn't have just copped out of the question. I feel bad not having the hashtag, but
Oh, don't
Yeah,
even worry about
I'll
it.
come up with. I like that though, but yeah, I mean, I think or like student becomes the master, that kind of stuff. Like learning from the best, you're bound to get better. You're bound to compete. You're going to beat them and compete with them. So
This is the
again,
moment,
this
right?
is just an amazing opportunity. I really can't believe I'm here still. So.
It's nuts. It is very, very nuts. So part of the good news, I guess, right now is I'm looking at the last tweet. Apparently, that person replied to somebody who retweeted the tweet as if they were asking the question. So at this point, we only have one more question from everybody
Okay.
from the PvP community on Twitter for you. It is the last part of the question from Stix10. And he says, if you have a chance to ask a question to Masuda, or ask a question of Masuda to Masuda, whatever, what would your question be?
Yeah, that's I'm gonna have to think about that one too. I mean, just like how do I?
I don't think that's something that can just be answered on the fly.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I should have looked at the questions on Twitter. Apologies, I guess, for not being prepped for that one. But that's a really good question. But I'm not gonna pretend I've got the right question.
Question
I think it's
articulated,
really just
planned
an
out.
honor to be there, and I just want to compete with them and have just real person-to-person conversations. I think it's just going to be awesome to even be just around them. I think I'm going to get better just being in the room. Like, so it really is something I'm going to have to think about, and yeah, again, I'll try and get back on Twitter and have a good answer. I mean, I guess I'd throw it back at them. Like, what should I ask him? What's a worthy question, for these guys?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, yeah, it'd be tough. I don't interview conducting interviews and stuff. It's challenging, and to get somebody like that and not just be awestruck or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that. I'm gonna have to get used to that, just being there. So again, this is just it's all coming so fast. Right, I'm not totally prepped for everything, but I'm gonna be as best as I can. So.
Yeah, again, I don't think there really is any way to. I mean, it's like having a child or
Yeah, you're
getting
not
married. I
ready.
mean, you might think you're ready, you might tell yourself you're ready, but you are not even
It's a good
close to
analogy.
prepared. There is no being prepared. I mean, I guess you can prepare yourself, and what's the best way to put that? You can prepare yourself and you can practice, you can meditate, find your
Yeah,
zone, find yourself, bring yourself down to earth, but really, I don't think there's any being ready for it.
yeah, it's just gonna be right. I'm just gonna be there in like a week and ready or not. So I'm gonna do my best. And like I said, I really I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but I'm gonna put some work into being the best at PvP as I can. Think it's
As we all should.
yeah, I think it's just great for the whole for this community and for everybody.
So, Mike, I want to thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
Yeah,
More importantly, I'm very happy that it is you who won it. Throughout this interview, we've seen you are so down to earth. Your mindset is focused on the community, if that makes sense. Like you have a focus, but at the same time, you are just a part of the community. I mean, I feel like this
yeah,
is such a dream come true for the community, for the YouTubers, the content creators, for the players, the competitors. But for you as an
right.
individual, like you've responded to this so well. I think you have excellent composure.
Well,
I'm
thanks.
very excited to watch this. Very, very excited to watch this.
yeah, I'm so excited to go there and represent everybody. Yeah, and if people can put themselves in my shoes, that's awesome. Like that's what I would want to do. You know, if I hadn't been this amazingly lucky. So I appreciate you reaching out to me. Also, you know, I do appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a little shy, and you know, maybe you know, I'm not gonna be out here just talking smack on everybody, but I do appreciate you reaching out and you know and hyping this up as much as you have, and all your work. Honestly, I started noticing you more and more, and then yeah, we're gonna be battling soon. So
We
bring
will,
it.
hopefully. Thank you. I guess that's pretty much it for the interview. So I guess to end things, did you have any sentiment or any particular parting words, not just for this interview, but I guess for the community? I mean, since it's coming up so quick, is there anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, I mean, just thank you. Everybody's been amazingly supportive, and I am gonna do my best to bring something home. You know, yeah, it's to this community and to the Pokemon worldwide community. So it's going to be an amazing experience. Again, I just blown my mind just blown. So